I'm James Taylor, and this is Special Committee. One of the coolest things about this game is that it features these cards with real politicians. And so you can just kind of collect these cards, and they have a couple of fun facts about the politician on the bottom, so that when you hear these names on the radio, you know exactly what they're talking about. Anyway, so that's some of the sample art. What you're going to see here is a combination of sample art and then also just some prototype materials that we use so that we can make very quick changes. It's very important in kind of this whole design process. So in Special Committee, every person, every player gets 2 senator cards, right? So you have 2 concealed senator cards, and other people are going to be trying to guess the cards that you have. In addition, one of the other big parts of the game is purchasing or supporting these bills that come out on the Senate floor. So I'm going to show you just kind of a sample turn so that you understand kind of the flow of the game and how I can start to get information about what senators other people have. So at the beginning of my turn, I take these 2 dice and I roll them. There's one normal die which has numbers 1 through 6 on it, and then there's one die that has these icons for votes and coins. This says 5 votes, so I would take 5 votes out of this pile and put them behind my screen. And we'll talk about why it's important that they're behind your screen later. So that's the first part of my turn. I roll, and then I get some stuff. Other people who have purchased agendas might get something off of those rolls as well. So that might be one of the reasons that you purchase one of these agendas out here, or that you pass one of these agendas out here. Now the next thing, after rolling the dice, the next thing that I do on my turn is I flip over a new agenda card, and I have the opportunity to purchase this card, or purchase any of the cards that are out at any time before my turn is over. So if I purchase it, I put it out here in front of my screen, and that's how I know if I get something off of different dice rolls. This says roll 1, so if one of these dice says 1, then I would get to collect something from this card. I get little kickbacks or returns off of passing this legislation. So if I don't decide to purchase this, what I can do is put it onto one of these other 4 slots, and I can actually kind of bury one of these other pieces of legislation. If I think that another person might want one of these items, I can put something over it to make it harder for them to kind of dig that piece of legislation out. Okay, so those are the first 2 parts of my turn. I've rolled the dice and I have flipped over an agenda card. Every player flips one of these things over. The third thing that I can do is a special action, and I'll just describe the 2 most kind of important special actions that people can take in the game. So you remember these 2 concealed senators here? If I have a suspicion that a person has, there are different categories of senators. There are big business senators, there are environment senators, there are education senators, there are 7 different categories. If I have a suspicion that somebody has something, I can accuse them. That's one of the special actions that I can do. So I can say, I think you have a public works senator. And if I'm right, this person basically has to give up that senator, the public works senator. However, if I'm wrong and they do not have that senator, then I have to choose one of my own senators to place face up, and it's out of the game. So now this is public information. I will never get this senator back, and it's out. So you can slowly start to deduce, as people lose senators, the other senators that might be in the game, because there's a very small number of senators out there. Another important action that I can do at the end of my turn is I can swap one of my senators with this deck of senators, in which case I would place the senator that I'm swapping face up, and I would take a new senator which is concealed. So now I have 2 senators again, and now there's a senator that's face up, and again, as more and more of these senators go face up, like this, then you can start to narrow down what senators might be in other people's hands. So as people swap, the possibilities for what are in other people's hands are going to get smaller and smaller. So those are the basic components of the game. There are a couple other small things that I'm not going to get into right now, but those are the two key elements. A lot of people have described this game as Machikoro meets coup, kind of smashed together. Machikoro because you're buying these things that give you returns on your investments, and then coup because you are holding on to these concealed characters. Anyway, look out for the Kickstarter in September and October, and that's it. Thank you very much.